Now, Zarina, we've heard a lot about the Swades model of development. Can you explain to us what it's about? What makes it unique?
Okay. Thank you. First of all, thank you so much to NDTV, to Pranoy, to you, Vishnu, and Nidhi for all the hard work, and to our team at Swades for all the hard work. It's a privilege for Ronnie and I to be here on behalf of 500,000 people that we work with in rural Raigad. So thank you, NDTV, for being with us and helping us to spread the message. What we always wanted to do from the beginning, and we've been working in rural India for 20 years, and in the last 6 years, we've really ramped up our model, and we've really defined what we want to do at the Swades Foundation. We want to create a model of rural development that can lift 1 million people out of poverty every 5 years. And today we reached the halfway mark, the 500,000 mark. We do work with 500,000 people in our rural communities. We believe deeply that poverty is material but also mental. And therefore we believe in rural empowerment through various means, building various institutions, one of which we will be talking about as we go along is the village development committees, which we're very proud of, which we built 1,000 in the last 1 year. The other thing about our model that is important to say is, I think Ronnie and I both come from the film background or the media background, and we deeply believe in the collaborative model. Never do something yourself if someone else can do it better. So we work with the government, we work with corporates, we work with other expert NGOs. The other unique thing about us is we take a geographical approach. And within that geography, we have the real magic, which is the holistic model of development. So we're currently working in 2,500 villages, as I said, with half a million people. And the other thing I wanted to say, though we're called the foundation, we are really working at the grassroots. We actually have 1,000 community volunteers. And to add to that, we have 300 full-time staff, out of which 90% work at the grassroots. So we're a grassroots execution foundation. And as I said, the real magic of Swades, the uniqueness of Swades, is our 360-degree model, one of which, and maybe our pinnacle, is Livelihoods, which we're discussing today. And I'd like to hand over to Ronnie to really explain this 360-degree approach, if I may.
Yeah, I was just going to ask Ronnie, actually. Zarina, that's very interesting. What you said is just amazing, actually. Two things I'd like to ask Ronnie. Just go into a little more detail about what Zarina just outlined, and that is 360. What exactly does it mean? And also, if you could explain to us, at this time of a pandemic, it must be really, really tough to reach out and do your work. How are you tackling that?
Yeah, thanks, Pranay, and thanks for explaining it right in the beginning, the kind of impact that donations can have today on a 3x multiple. And Zarina has given a very clear idea of what we do. I think the aspect of being an execution foundation really means, like anybody else in the social form, I think there's incredible work being going on by many people. But our ability to be right in front allows us to be nimble, most of us in the NGO space think this is what the community wants, and we go out to deliver that. We rarely look at what the community may want in return. We got to build their trust. So the 360 degree for us, the basic summation was, it's all interdependent. I can't solve the school problem if I don't solve the water problem. I can't solve empowerment problem if I don't solve the livelihood problem. So while most people have been working in a lot of silos, which is fantastic, we've taken the aspect that unless we can connect water, sanitation, health, education, and livelihood as one go, we're not going to be able to empower people to change their own destiny and to take their own destiny in their own hands to bring about permanent change. The 360-degree model is to bring about permanent change. To your second point on just what's the impact overall for what goes, especially in this COVID time. For the last 5 years, we've been evangelizing about why reverse migration in a country like India is important, because most of the community comes into cramped cities and needs to go back. In the last 5 months, we've had 95,000 people in our community, about a little more than 500,000, that have come back in this very limited time. And it's been a gigantic problem, also a gigantic opportunity.